Yes, here we go.
Yep. Good morning and
Laura.
welcome, everyone. First, I'd like to do a bit of housekeeping. Feel free to unmute yourself when it's your turn to speak. Please be mindful of everyone else by muting yourself while others are speaking. You're welcome to put any contact information that you want to share into the chat. We meet here to share deals, look for deals and solutions we have in need with our real estate. We are not your financial advisors, attorney, or accountants. We do not endorse or recommend any specific solutions or contractors here. You are advised to do your own due diligence to your own satisfaction before you invest. The first Friday of each month is Ask the Attorney with Ms. Catherine Davis. Our meetings are typically recorded, so only share what you want others to know.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Laura. Okay, who wants to start us out here today? You said we had a wholesaler at the breakfast the other day. He had a couple of multifamilies down in South City. I did not get the information because I was hoping he'd be on today. Don't see him. Anyway.
Lloyd, do you remember where they were? Were they on Oregon?
Does not sound familiar. No, I didn't
Okay.
get the details on them. Why, do you have something
Okay.
on, or have you heard about something?
No, I just have talked. I recently talked to a newer wholesaler that had 4 families on Oregon.
Oh, okay.
Lois Parker.
Lois Parker. Okay, yeah, maybe I guess they were. It was Lois Parker. Okay. Like I said,
I could feel it. I could feel this.
Okay, you felt it. Yeah. Okay, you read it.
Yeah. So I actually just had him send me the details. I've barely looked at the details, but if anybody's really interested, I can forward the email.
Yeah. If you got any, if you're interested, what were they? I think I heard him describing them to somebody else at the table, and sounded like at least one of them had been gutted, or maybe they're both gutted and ready to finish somebody's started a project.
Yeah, they both need a lot of work. I can throw it in the chat. Contractor bids range from 125 to 150 each. The comps in the area are between 410 and 559. I've got ARV for each at about 460, me personally. Asking 335,000 for both. And I could just throw this in the chat. And there's link to pictures, all that. So,
Okay.
Yeah. Market rent $965 a month.
Yeah, I know these buildings really well. I actually have my own pictures of those too. It is kind of an interesting situation. Laura, do you know the specifics about it? That they're 1-bedroom units and they turned them into 2-bedroom, 1-bath units. Still kept them as a 4-family. So I think it's kind of risky. I know they actually did sell them for 460 or close to it. 2 other buildings on that block, but I don't know. I'm not willing to do that.
Yeah, the numbers were too tight for me to go out and look in person. And that being said, the people who make the offers buy the deals. So asking price isn't sales price, but it just didn't fit, my model, and the numbers seemed too tight to sort of figure it out. So
yeah, they're in real rough shape, really rough. One of them's not too bad. The other one is like a brick shell. It's bad. So, or rather, there's opportunity.
A lot more opportunities available there in that situation. Yep.
I'm sorry, guys. I missed the what's the location? Where is it located?
on Oregon.
Oregon in South St. Louis.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
3500 block of Oregon.
Okay, thank you.
Large, yeah, 3542 and 37. 37. Okay. Oregon. Yeah, Laura just put the details in the chat.
Yeah, and it's got Loy's name
Okay.
and phone number and all that. So, you know, reach out to him if you're interested.
Yeah, it looks like you're on the road, Ann.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult to hear. It's kind of hard. Yeah, we are headed down to Florida. Yes.
Ah, that's a good place to be, or be going to anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Who else has got something for us this week? You got anything of your own, Laura, to you want to talk about?
Well, no, I just closed a wholesale deal yesterday, so I'm out of inventory. So I am looking for something. I'm in this in between space of like wholesaling and building a multifamily portfolio, so I'm doing both. Yeah, looking for some wholesale inventory. So if anybody has inside of their own personal portfolio, you know, like a dog, or, you know, if you got a friend that just has like a property that's just sort of dragging them down, and you guys just want to get rid of these things to open up the space, right, for the rest of what's working well for your business. I mean, I've helped a lot of investors, you know, actually, you know, dispose of property, just because I know a huge network of buyers. I really know the business. I really know how to put deals together. So if anybody has anything that they would like to sell where they are the seller, please give me a call. My number is 636-587-0363. And yeah, and I do these deals on the Illinois side or the Missouri side. So, and I'm still looking for my next multifamily. My partner and I made an offer this week on a 48 unit. And as of this morning, it's not quite coming together. So I'm just going to throw that out there that we are still looking. And we're looking for, you know, specifically, like ideally we want 20 units or more. You know, if there's a great deal and it's 18 or 16 units, you know, we'd love to look at it. Absolutely. But we're not looking for quads or duplexes to personally buy. But yeah, we're looking to build a portfolio. We have really great track record of buying seller financed or subject to and successfully refinancing out of those. So I've done 3 different deals with investors who have done, you know, creative deals with me, whether it's seller financed or subject to. One of them I met in this group, and I've always performed exactly as I said I would, and refinanced out. So would love to keep doing that strategy. And anyway, looking for value add properties, you know, where we can bring the rents up or maybe make some improvements around the building. St. Louis County, St. Charles County, on those.
Okay.
And I wish I had inventory to bring you guys as buyers, but I don't. So bring me something that you don't want, and then I'll bring, then I'll have inventory. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Okay. Thank you, Laura. Glad to have you here.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else got anything, or you got something?
Yeah, I'll reiterate kind of what Laura said, but
Okay.
I'll be the buyer for the smaller numbers.
Okay.
I'm up with quads and duplexes. Yeah, definitely looking to buy, looking for value add, looking to work with, you know, any people who are trying to get stuff out of their portfolio that are headaches, where I can come in and do some repairs, like, you know, raise rents, just push some value in. I'm also looking for any leads that people are trying to dispose of that aren't working out for whatever reason. Looking for dead leads, motivated sellers. Also looking for Chesterfield flip. If anybody finds anything in Parkway West or Parkway Central Chesterfield, looking for a flip. That's all for me.
Okay. Okay. So you'll take the smaller multifamilies that Laura doesn't want then. Okay.
Sure.
Got
Yeah.
multifamilies taken care of here. We got buyers for in both, no matter what the size. Okay. Got everything covered. Okay. Anybody else got any issues? Yeah, you got any problems with your, you're looking for a contractor for, looking for a skilled tradesperson? I mean, we might have somebody here that's, could give you a reference. This is always a good place for that.
Hey, I'm sorry, this is Bill. I'm sorry to jump in there. I was looking to see where I could raise my hand, but I didn't see it.
No, that's fine. Just, just speak up, unmute yourself and speak up. Fine.
Oh, okay, thanks. And first of all, how's everyone doing today? And great. I haven't attended a meeting and before the pandemic. I had just attended a few meetings prior to, but am doing a few little things, and I was here mostly just to listen and learn. But I actually just got a little 3-bedroom, 2-bath under contract, and I know in Berkley, and I don't know if anyone's looking in that area or not, but if not, I am looking for contractors. If anyone has any lease on that, or maybe some plan on going ahead and flip this. So if any lease on some maybe private money, that would be great. I don't want to just use my cash, but I mean, I don't want to buy it that way. But if anyone have any lease on some private or hard monies, I would appreciate that as well. Thanks.
Okay. Well, one of our sponsoring vendors is JM Real Estate Capital.
Okay.
You can find their contact information on our website. They kind of specialize, they do in investor financing, and they kind of do the gamut.
Okay.
Purchase
Appreciate
money
that.
to rehab and refinance, even for some long-term
Good.
financing. They got a lot of options.
Okay, great.
Hey, hey, Bill, could you tell us your contact information you like for people to have, and also put it in the chat for us, please?
Okay, will do.
That'd be great.
Yeah, sure. I'll put it in the chat, and I'm if anyone 314-599-9977 is my number, and I can be reached at Bill at BillJonesHomes.com.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, if you could type that in there too, that'd be great. Appreciate it.
I will do that. Thank you. Mhm. And you're
Okay.
Jackie. Okay, and I'll mute myself. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. Okay, anybody got any contractors they might want to refer to Bill? Or any other financial sources? Didn't I see Charles is on? He's I think he's considers himself a hard money lender. I know he does some lending. He's talked before. Okay, Charles just put his contact information on the in the chat also there, Bill. So once you get yours in, you can look up Charles Roden, Lakeview Investment Strategist. Okay.
In terms of contractors, I am a exterior general contractor, so roofing, siding, gutters, gutter guards. So if anybody, Bill, if you needed any of those items, feel free to give me a call. I put my number up there, Scott Winkleman, 314-807-8004.
Thanks, Scott.
Thank you.
Okay. And I see Laura put in contact for another lender.
Yeah, Grant Hickman is like a partner of sorts of mine. Really, really great guy. He's got this company, Fund Your Next Flip. He's also an agent and an investor. And I believe he's got investment properties in Berkeley, which is why I thought of him. He may be, really open to that area, Bill. So that's in the chat.
Okay, thanks, Laura. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll give you a call after this too, Bill, to make sure you got that. But
Super. Appreciate it.
what 314-599, and what are the last four on you for your
9977.
Gotcha.
And for anyone, and I haven't put my information in the chat yet, but I accidentally given you the wrong email, but it's a bill at lyndhurstproperties.com. So LYNDHURST, then properties.com. Sorry about the mix up.
All righty, what's everybody else doing today? Nobody else looking for any deals or looking for a contractor or?
Bill, yeah, speaking of contractors, Melissa's not here today, but she has a lot of referrals. She's a member of our group and she's on here a lot of times, but you might want to contact her and just give her some specifics of what you're looking to do also, and she might be able to refer you on. That's Melissa Adney, and she's with One Way Roofing. They just won some kind of award too, not too long ago. So being like the best contractor, and I think she said North County, I want to say, for like 3rd year in a row, something like that. But anyway, she can give you more details, but that's her contact information right there. So you might want to check with her.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Thanks, John, for thinking about that. Yeah, Melissa's usually on. In fact, we usually have Carrie from New Frontier Bank on too, but she's not here today. Okay. Anybody else have any services for investors that they want to bring up here today? We got a lot of investors that we're in need of service, people. We can't do it all ourselves. Although I try to do almost everything myself. It always needs some help at times. I've got a contractor now who'll help me with my kitchen remodel. If you can follow in that story, we're on hold this week because we opened up our tile, which had been, we'd had for about 3 or 4 weeks. Everything I was commenting to John before we got on here, everything seemed to be falling in place. They had no delays as far as supplies. They all got delivered when they said they're going to. Well, we opened them up and they were, it looked like the tile had been, their 2x2 tile on a 12-inch matrix, 12x12 matrix. Looked like they sat in a warehouse through last July's flood. And it had gotten just waterlogged. The cardboard backing was sticking to the backing. It was inside the plastic wrapping. Where my contractor pulled the paper off, it just came apart. Cardboard came apart. There was mold in between the tile and the cardboard, and there was other damage to it too. I should have been worried because I ordered four cartons, and when I picked it up, it was a special order from Home Depot. I picked it up, they were just in 2 generic cardboard boxes. And I suspect it's probably because the original cardboard packaging had fallen apart and whenever they got wet. Anyway, we're on hold now. They did reorder. They gave me a special, they completely refunded it and gave me a 20% discount on the reorder. And they should be in next week. So hopefully they'll be in better shape. That's where my kitchen remodel is right now, on a hold. But I'm getting painting done, painting all the doors. Need to get it done. And John's got his garage for his barn dominium. That's what he's got a picture of him back. When I first saw that, I said, "Oh, is that your barn dominium?" He said, "No, that's only the garage." So he's got quite a layout going there. So where he can store his equipment while the house is being built, and the contractors can use it to store their equipment too. So it's a good plus for the contractors.
Yeah, I don't have a good picture with the doors on yet. They did that 2 days ago, and so moving along, but yeah, it's a lot of moving parts to building anything.
Oh yeah. Build from the ground up is a lot bigger challenge than I was up for. Okay. Okay. Here's Steve Patel. Who handles sewer lateral program? Municipality or the county or MSD? I I suppose it depends on where the, I'm not familiar with St. Louis County. Does MSD provide services for all of St. Louis County? Anybody
Steve,
know?
are you talking about I don't know if you can unmute yourself. Are you talking about a repair that needs to be made for that, that insurance that we pay every month on the sewer bills? Is that what you're talking about, or what exactly are you looking for? Because I know they will cover that. I've had them dig up the yard and pay for that before. If you're looking for somebody to just look at it, they won't do that I know of. Or is anybody else familiar with that? But I know they've actually paid quite a bit for a house that we had one time with that exact, probably the program you're talking about, if that's what it is. I don't know if you can unmute yourself.
Yeah, I did that. Yeah, the house is in Belridge, and I called them and I got run around from the city, city of Belridge.
Uh-huh.
I would say village of Belridge.
Did you call MSD themselves?
No, but I thought I'm here, so I might find out whoever experienced,
Yeah, you might want to call them. They could fill you in. That's what I did. I found out by mistake we even had it, because this is back a few years ago. And I had a plumber come out to take a look, and it was going to be I forgot how much it was. It was going to be about $3,800 or something like that. And he says, but they just started this program, and I know we all pay a few extra dollars every month or every quarter or whatever it is for this particular insurance. And they actually, MSD came out, dug up my whole yard. They resodded it and everything when they were done. So, I mean, they saved me a lot of money.
How long back was that?
This was back, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago or so. And
Okay.
actually it was because of a bad renter who kept turning the water back on, which I didn't know at the time. And he screwed the whole thing up and then messed up the sewer somehow. And they came up and they replaced the whole thing. And it saved me like $3,800 because I was paying the $3 or $8 or whatever it was per quarter. So it's on your bill.
Yeah, it's on a tax bill.
Yes, it's on the bill you get from
yearly tax bill.
MSD.
Yeah, if you get your sewer bill from MSD, yeah, they would be, that's who I would contact, because I've had the same thing. St. Charles, City of St. Charles, where most of my rentals are, has the same kind of program. And I've had it replaced on two of my rentals, my older rentals that have the clay tile, and that's what the ones that shift get out of as their ground settles, get out of alignment or get some tree roots growing in them. But yeah, it's similar. I think they pay like 85% of the cost. So,
I
They
think
paid
about
100% of mine. I don't even think I had a deductible. They took care of the whole bill.
that's even a better program. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And in fact, it didn't cost me anything other than a lot of time, because I even got a free estimate from the plumber who came out and then told me I need to check with them.
Mhm.
Okay, I see.
I just call them. You might have to spend, I don't know, some time on the phone, because nobody seems to answer the phone right away, but you can get through all the automation. You'll find them though. They're there and they'll tell you yes or no.
All right. Do you know any plumber who does that?
That's MSD. You'll have the bills you get, call the number on there and just tell them you're looking for that.
I
Did you
think
call?
mine is on tax bill yearly. 26 or some dollars per year.
Yeah, wherever you pay your taxes
Okay.
though, that's where, I mean, not taxes, wherever you pay your sewer bill, that's where I got the phone numbers right off of my sewer bill.
Oh, okay. All right.
Mhm.
All right. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Yeah, in St. Charles, you have to, they have a list of approved plumbing contractors, and you have to get some bids. Yeah, I think they require you to get 3 bids, so it's a little more footwork. It's not like MSD. If John said they came right out and did it. They make the owner do a little bit of footwork and collect 3 bids from qualified contractors.
Oh, okay.
Amber's got her hand up. What, you got an answer, some more input for us, Amber? Go ahead.
No, I had a question on a different subject. I'm looking for a contractor to come and, I don't know what it's called, but look at my windows and give me a rating or a reading on the efficiency of them. So I believe you can, which I've reached out to already, not HUD. Oh, I forgot the name of the company, or the Urban League. I've reached out to Urban League already, but looking for a contractor, if anyone has a name, to see if I can have somebody come out and look at my windows.
I want to say I've had the heard some of the energy companies like Spire or Ameren have contractors that will come do that for you. Maybe at a nominal, I'm not sure if it's free or nominal charge. Come on and do that. And like this part, that's part of doing the windows is part of an energy audit.
So I went through Ameren's website, and that's how I found Urban League. But I didn't know if there was any other recommendations.
Okay, so Ameren referred you to the Urban League?
Yeah, on the website, there's two companies, and Urban League was one of them.
Okay.
But there's two companies on there, and the other company was based off of income. So I know I won't qualify there. But if you do potentially have a low income family, they come out, they do great work. They may change windows, they may insulate things. I just know I won't qualify for that.
Okay. Good. Okay, yeah, anybody else know somebody that does energy audits or is in the window replacement business that might do that kind of work? I have to call a window company myself today because I got a broken seal. Oh, Scott, you got a hand up? Go ahead, unmute yourself, Scott. Go ahead.
Thanks. I'm looking for the hand raise button, but I don't see it this time. So I figured, hey, I have a hand, I could raise it up. This is a question for anybody who's done some digging into like public records, and maybe Laura, John, you'd be good resources for this. So the quick situation is there's a homeowner who's a owner occupant, and then she owns a house next door, which is she has a tenant in there. Her property is like $13,000 behind on taxes, and her rental is like $16,500 behind. I've been sending her some letters, but I just want to kind of customize my message for her. But I'm curious to know how this situation might get so far behind on her tax. I mean, it's like 5 years behind, and I'm not really sure. I'm not too educated on like the tax sales and the post third tax sale, and she's not on that current database, which I found on the county website. She's not on that, so I don't know if she. I don't know. I'm just curious to know if she's going to be on it because it's 5 years in, and so and so. But does anybody have any knowledge about that or a place?
David Soto's got his hand up. You got some input on that, David?
No, I'm sorry. It was about the energy audit.
Oh, but energy audit. Okay, well, go ahead. Go ahead.
You can go to the DNR, Missouri DNR, and then look up we have a list of people that are certified to do energy audits.
Okay.
Sorry, Scott, didn't answer your question.
Okay, that's fine. No, yeah, appreciate that input. Yeah, I thought Scott had a energy audit person he was going to refer to.
I have a question for Scott.
Yeah, go ahead.
Scott, have you been to the property? I mean, have you seen him in person?
I have not been able to catch him in person. I've caught the tenant in person, but he didn't appreciate it.
But you've seen the houses in person. You're just telling me that. Okay,
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, I don't have any real experience with any of this, but anytime I've seen something that is like post third, the amount that it's behind in taxes is more really than the house is worth plus fix up. The numbers just don't jive. That's why it's in the position it's in. And I'm just like not an expert on any of this. But if you've seen it and you have reason to believe that that's not the case, then, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's I know there's like a first and a second and a third, right?
Right.
And once you're in the third, that's not good. So I don't know. I'd be curious to know if she's in the first or if she's in the second, and say, to be able to say, hey, next year you're going to be in the third tax sale, which means, and then, be able to say, the implications of that someone can pay your taxes and basically take your house, and I don't want to just throw out willy-nilly information that I'm not even sure about. So hence the question.
Scott, have you looked on the St. Louis County's website and actually seen what the years are?
Yes.
Okay, because in Missouri, the way it works, there's the first, second, and third year tax sale. The third year is when you get to the fifth year taxes. The first year, simply, if there is a simple way to do it, Missouri is a mixed state, which they're a lien and also a certificate state. Okay, unlike most states out there. Most states are one or the other, where you could buy the lien, then you'll get interest when and if they redeem the property, or it's a deed state where you can go to the auction or buy it post auction and you can actually get a deed to the property. Now, that's not a clear title. That's another whole story. But the way it works in Missouri, the first year, if you don't pay taxes, nothing happens. They just put on penalties and interest, which are substantial. Most counties are like 10% per month added on there. Second year, they don't do anything again. You just have the same thing. Third year, if you go 3 complete years without paying taxes, in addition to the penalties and interest, they will put you up to the first year tax sale. Then somebody can buy the lien. If they pay the taxes, then you gotta, whoever owns the property owner, when and if they redeem it, they have to pay you the interest and everything that the person who has done that has paid the county. But you still don't get the property. You just get your 9%, I think is what it is, or 9.5% annual APR is what it is. Same thing happens in the fourth year of not paying taxes. That goes to the second year tax sale. That then, in the same kind of thing, it does add up every month. I mean, it gets substantial. That's why probably that 13,000 is probably realistically maybe 8,000 worth of actual taxes, or 6,000 or something like that. That's how substantial it grows. If you get to the third year tax sale, that's 5 years of back taxes. Then if it goes for sale, now that list will come out too, to answer that question. How do you know? That comes out, they get their last opportunity like at the end, by the end of May. Okay, it's all public record. You have to look on the website right now, but you can find this stuff out to see where along they are in the process. But once it gets to the actual list of who's coming up on the sale, that comes out in July every year in Missouri. There's 115 counties. They all come out at the same time. That's one of the good and the bad things about the tax sales in Missouri, is because they're all on the same day and you have to be there in person to actually bid on them. And I've never been to a tax sale, but I bought thousands of properties, mainly little properties, but I bought them from over the counter, what they call them, from the counties. And that's how I do it. I wait for the third year post-tax sale, and then that's what I want to buy, because there's no waiting, redemption period, all that kind of stuff. You just have to wait for the county. Every county has their own way they do it. St. Louis County is just I don't know. I've never bought anything there, and that's on purpose. I bought stuff in a lot of other counties, but St. Louis County, they have their own thing. They used to not sell post third year sales, but they do now. They have another auction. I think it's in December or something like that. Okay, then you're dealing with the county, though. That doesn't give you necessarily a clear title. If you can get the properties, though, what you're talking about here, Scott, if you can get those before they get to the tax sale, that's ideal, because then you're responsible for everything that goes with it. I've gotten a lot of people to give me their properties for free over the years, but it comes with all the stuff. You're probably going to have, if they're not paying their taxes, you're probably going to have sewer bills and all kinds of stuff that come with that. So just keep that in mind as you're doing your due diligence. But if you could, I don't know if you want to, how much you want to dig into it, but if you could get the properties, you can ask me on the side too, rather than take up a lot of time, but I'd be happy to just look at it. And I could tell you within a couple of minutes where they are in the tax sale process. I can't tell you what St. Louis County's status is with it, but you can find that out. But get them, if you can deal with the people ahead of time, you're going to be much better off.
Yeah. Thanks,
So
John.
that helps at all. Yeah.
Yeah, that helps. Great. Thank you. Yeah,
Mhm.
I was just looking it up. It looks like both properties have 4 years of 0 taxes paid. So, yeah, I guess I'll keep my mailings going
Well,
on.
that's ideal. If you could get them this year before, if it's only 4 years, you actually got another year. So people, a lot of times they don't have a sense of urgency when it comes down to that until they get that thing in May. after May, if their May comes and goes, and then they're going to the sale no matter what. That's where, and then I've gotten people to give me properties right then, but a lot of times it's so close, you have a hard time dealing with anything unless you want to pay it all yourself. And I've done that before. I typically don't like to pay anything anymore, though. I used to pay all the taxes, the back penalties, interest, all that kind of stuff. I like to do them now where I don't pay anything. I get somebody else to pay that, but that's another story too.
I'm intrigued.
That's a great way to get properties.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you very much. I'll
Sure.
I'll send you an email, and maybe you can just quickly look those up and let me know what you find.
Yeah, I'd be happy to talk to you about it.
Thanks so much.
Pretty simple. Sure.
Okay. Thank you. I knew John would have an answer for you, Scott, so.
I did too.
I have a
Or-
quick question on this topic. If
Sure.
we can do one more question.
Sure, go ahead.
So it's actually on my to-do list today, and so it didn't even occur to me to ask this until this came up. But what's the best way to pull, John, you said this was public data. So can I use like a FOIA request to go to the county and ask for a list of anybody who's delinquent on taxes in any amount? Or besides paying for a list, what's the best way to go and try to capture this data so I can do my own mailers?
Yeah, if you're looking for lists, that's a whole different story. I usually just do them one property at a time. What I've found, what I've done in the past, though, it's time consuming, but it's not. But I'd sit around while I'm doing TV, watching TV, or while Laura's watching TV, I'll be doing something else. And this is where I have fun, is doing this stuff, looking people up. And you can what typically a good place to do it, if you find somebody that's behind maybe a year or 2 years on taxes, look at everybody on the block. Okay, because a lot of times you'll find maybe 2 or 3 out of 10, depending on the block you're in. I used to look these people up, and I'll tell you, the best ones are the ones that are not at the first year tax sale. Everybody looks at the third, which are 3 years back taxes. Everybody looks at those, and that's the list you typically get. The best ones, in my opinion anyway, are the ones that come up that are not at the tax sale yet, but they're 1 or 2 years behind on taxes. Those are the very best ones. In my opinion, because nobody's looking at them yet. They got other problems. Usually what happens too, with my experience, is when people are behind on taxes, they have a lot of other things going on in their life that are not as great as it used to be. And a lot of these people are hiding because the address on the tax record is not necessarily where you're going to find them.
Right. Yeah.
And then you can go to truepeoplesearch.com and some of those places. I mean, I found the ex-wives in Arkansas and all kinds of stuff. I used to avoid a lot of that stuff, like as far as people were split up, but nowadays it's not all bad, because here's what's happened to me one time, a few years ago, is I got a quitclaim deed from somebody that they got divorced. Okay, well, you only got half of it. I used to not like that, because it's like, what am I going to do with this? Well, you do have an interest in the property. Well, it ended up the lady died. The one lady who got divorced, well, he had total, control over it. And all we had to do was an affidavit as of to death. And which was another thing we just filed that. And so for like $200, I got a free lake home, It really wasn't in that bad a shape. And I got somebody else to do the work for some other stuff they had. I made 3 trips down to the property and made like 10 grand just selling it to somebody that got a great deal.
Okay. Gotcha.
So I don't as far as lists, there's a lot of people out there that sell a lot of lists. My experience is I've never gotten a lot out of a lot of lists. I'd rather go hunt these down myself, send out 10 letters and get 2 deals.
Right. Yep. Gotcha. Okay. All right. I appreciate
That
it.
helps.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, it helped. I like listening to your story of your success, because, and this is not an argument, because, I believe that what happens for us in our lives is correlated to what we believe. Right. So you believe that people that are behind 1 or 2 years, it works for you. My experience has been so far that they aren't, their heads are still buried in the sand. They're just like, I have all the time in the world to catch this up. I'm not even close to being in trouble, So when I see someone who's only 1 or 2 years behind, I think, oh, they're not going to be motivated. But I hear that you have a totally different experience. So that really helps me, open my mind up to maybe digging in on those a little bit more. I'm just looking for, again, straight from the source, not purchased through a third party, straight from the source data on who's behind, so that I can stack a list against other things I'm looking for, and then now I don't handwrite the whole letter, but I hand address the envelope. And again, I'm like you, I'm sending out like 10 letters a day, maybe, but
Mhm.
that I found the open rate is really high. So I'm kind of like trying to do this like mixture of what you do, but make it a little bit more streamlined on gathering data and stuff like that. But it really did help what you told me. So I'll keep thinking and looking. Thank you.
Yeah, it just depends on where you catch them and what day it is. I mean, but it's not like everybody's sending out the yellow cards. You know, I mean,
Right,
everybody does
right.
the same thing and they're buying the same list. And that's what we've run into over the years. One of the things that
Exactly.
I like to do is send out cards that don't look like number 10 business envelopes or anything like that. They look like thank you cards. And I actually write RSVP on the bottom of them. And I've had people joke about it saying, oh, I thought I was getting invited to a reunion or a birthday party or something. Nobody's ever gotten upset about that. You know?
Yeah, got it. Yep. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Okay. Got some more tips from John on stirring up some new leads. Also, I see in the chat, John Harden is looking to network with some mortgage note investors. I know Jim Choik, our treasurer here, is he's on today. He's a note investor. We have other folks that invest in notes in our group.
Yeah, Lloyd, I'm not doing anything right now with notes. I just got too many other things going on.
Okay.
Maybe in the future I might get back into it, but right now I just not.
Okay, but
just don't have the time. I've got too many other things
invested in
going
notes. I've invested in notes.
Yeah,
a little bit. I've created some notes myself, and yeah, we got a lot of people in our group that do that too, along with investing in real estate, or some people instead of real estate investing, they just
we used to a few years ago
investors.
before COVID, we used to have a little note side group. I guess Diana had that.
That's right.
And we used to meet at the county library, but that kind of fizzled out.
No, it's great. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for that.
Yeah, well, maybe we ought to see if somebody can kick that off again. Yeah, we used to do a little subgroup. What do we meet on, like a Monday or Tuesday, or once a month down at a library, room in a library down South County.
Yeah, I'm interested in learning more about the due diligence that you guys do when you purchase these notes. Got a couple leads on a few that I may be interested in purchasing.
You looking at they performing or non-performing?
Performing right now, since I'm pretty new to this, so I'm not comfortable with the non-performing yet. But a couple of single-family first position performing notes. They're lukewarm leads, but it's something I'm looking into and getting closer to that. Really diving into the due diligence, trying to understand some of the more important things to look at.
Yeah, okay. I understand. I'll have to look. I might have some videos I can send you that Kevin Shortell put together. You know who Kevin Shortell is?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. His podcast. Yeah.
Okay. So I might have some videos he put together. Put your email in the chat, and I'll see if I can find them and send them to you.
Yep, I threw it in there. You should see it.
Yeah, he's got it. He's got it there.
Well, I just got to find it.
Anyway, yeah, if you'd been with us last April, we had Kevin Shortell came, spoke at our group, and he stayed over a Saturday seminar for us. So,
oh, great.
Yeah, that's one of the topics we rotate through. We try covering all aspects of real estate investing, including the note business.
Well, thank you guys.
It's an integral part. So yeah, hopefully Jim can get you some information that can be helpful. Yeah, look forward to seeing you around, John. Okay, anybody else got anything for us? Well, if not, I did have another announcement. I forgot. I'm looking at my newsletter. Hopefully you got our newsletter in mail if you're on our mailing list. Forgot to mention earlier, but on April 29th, we got we're going to be doing our Real Estate 101 seminar. It's a Saturday, going to be a Saturday seminar. It's going to be held at the Shriner Center in one of their smaller rooms. That when you covering, it's ideal for new investors, or even if you've been investing for a while. I'm sure you'll get. I always get an idea or two myself when attending those. We'll have a number of our own members making presentations, and John's lining up some other great speakers, resource people, and going to cover the gamut of finding your deals, getting them financed, how to manage them, and a lot of good stuff for an essential place to be for our first-time investors, or if you're early in the process and want to hear from some pros and get the real scoop. It's going to be great Saturday, April 29th. So put that on your calendars as a save the date. We'll be doing it. There'll be more details coming out in the next month's newsletter, but just want to make sure everybody who wants to do that, put it on your calendars, April 29th. Should be a fun day. Okay, well, if nobody else has anything, you got any closing remarks, John?
Just a reminder, you touched on that if Tuesday is Dan Bryan will be there talking about trust. So if you can all make it in person, that would be on location. That I would recommend that. Just a couple other things. Next week is the circus also, and we'll have a presence there, but you can get some circus tickets. For adults and kids, we're going to have a limited amount. But if you haven't done it yet, go get your free coloring book from our website, STLREIA.com. You can get a free downloadable coloring book. We're going to have a limited number we're going to give away at the meeting on Tuesday. If you want to print out your own, though, they're absolutely free, or you can go to Amazon. They're like $6. We can't print them for less than that, so they can do it if you want them delivered to your house, but we're going to have a few. The other thing that we got on there now, and you don't have to be a member. I mean, if you're a member, go to the website and get it. If you're not, you can just tell people you can get it for free. We also have the new, what used to be the resource book, Creating Wealth in St. Louis. This is made with our group right here, and there's a lot of stories and a lot of situations, a lot of good tips and things from members right here in our group STLREIA. So just a couple of things I want to put out there. Make sure, and you don't have to be a member to get that. Of course, we do encourage you. It's only $75 a year for two people at the same address. So I don't know why you wouldn't, because for what you get out of it alone, just the networking even on Fridays. Then we got the once a month Tuesday breakfast, but then the main events. We're not probably one of the only nonprofits left in the country, but we're more about education. Everybody right here pays the same $75 as you, and we're here to help each other. That's what it's all about, to help each other. So that's about the only things I have to say today, and I appreciate seeing everybody. A lot of good input.
Yeah, I got information, a lot of exchange here as usual. So hope to see you all next Tuesday at our main event with Dan Bryan.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks for coming.
Thank you, guys. Great meeting.
Everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
great. Thank you. Bye-bye.